So I just realized that this video was scheduled to come out on Christmas Day. And then I hemmed and hawed about whether I should put it out on Christmas Day or not. But then I thought, my mom and dad's gonna wanna see this video. They like watching my stuff, so I'm gonna put it out anyways. But before we get started, let me just say, happy birthday to baby Jesus. He is the reason for the season. And Merry Christmas to my mom and dad, my family, and especially all you guys as well. And thanks for sticking by me for the last couple years. Have a Merry Christmas. I'll see you guys in a few days with another video. Take care and enjoy the video. Wow, look at this. A lot of rabbit activity in there. All over the place. Multiple rabbits. We had a light dusting of snow, so I don't think there's any way one little rabbit made all this. I mean, it's possible, but... And then over here, another large amount. Lots more rabbit tracks in here. So the plan today is to set up a couple pen sets. I like using pen sets. I could just set some snares up in here like a lot of people do. I like using pen sets mostly here in Labrador because we can get dumped on a lot of snow. So what I like to do is set them up so I can raise the pen sets up with the snow as the season goes on. And I can continue using it. Because from past experience, I've caught rabbits in an area in pen sets and then I've left them for just a couple weeks or whatever, and more rabbits moved in. It's eating the birch tips and stuff that I put inside of it weeks later. So I can go back in and reset some more snares. So that's the plan, is to set up some pen sets that I can keep going this year, next year, maybe the year after, down this trail. We're not too far away from the cabin either, so that'll be a nice little stop over there every now and then. But right now we're just gonna get the pen set set up. Lots of fresh poop there. Nice color to it as well. If you see dried, like really dark rabbit poop in the woods, it doesn't necessarily mean it's old. They like to re-eat their poop because there's still more nutrients in it. And then when they poop it out the second time, that's what it looks like. I think actually in here, this is where I'm gonna go. In between these trees here. This gives a nice bit of coverage here. A little bit out of sight, out of mind there for some birds, hopefully. I've had rabbits stole before on me from, remember that owl? There are a lot of rabbit droppings around here. You might be wondering why I only tied on a tree just with a simple knot around the tree. It's because, well, once it's braced on both sides, it's going to be rigid enough. But when it snows, I can just grab the line and run it higher up the tree. And then just because of the friction of it, it'll hold at a higher height. So as it snows, I can continue using this and moving up the trees a little bit at a time. I like to let the rabbits eat first, you know, get used to the pen set, look at it as a source of food, win their trust, if you will, then set the snares. If I was in a rush to get rabbits now, I wouldn't worry about pen set. I would probably just set it up here, make a whole bunch of natural gates all over the place here. But I like doing it this way. And this way I'm going to set up a trail camera as well and hopefully get some footage for you guys. Alright, I'm going to focus on finishing this up here now. Basically, run another line, another stick across that way, and then start making, sticking stuff in the ground to kind of block it off to only give so much access through certain gates. I'll show you when I'm done. Alright, so Pen set number 1 is done. I got 2 gates. It's a triangle. It's 3 sides to it. I got 2 gates on each side. One there. One there. One there. One there. And then one there. And one right there. I got all these birch tips thrown in the middle here now. The rabbits are really attracted to that stuff. They should come in, start feeding off that. Feel kind of comfortable about this being a place. I'll come back in. I might throw some more in and continue waiting until I kind of win the trust over of any of the rabbits in this area, knowing that it's a simple, easy food source. And then I'll gate, or then I'll put the snares on the gates. We'll come in and we'll look at the birch tips and see if any of them are chewed off. And if they are, then we know that we've had some rabbits here. Now, anytime I says rabbits, I mean snowshoe hare. I'm in northern Canada, so lots of good sign around all over this place. Coming through here. Buttons. Lots of tracks all over the place here, just tampered down. There's a state of rabbits around here. So this is just how I prefer to do it. Because this here will attract the rabbits that are across that little trail over there, deeper in the woods, you know, in this vicinity, as they move looking for food. I just got to make sure there's enough food there. Look at all that. Rabbit droppings everywhere. All right, so let's go scout out the next spot. Well, there's a lot of tracks I'm seeing off the edges in there, but there is a fair bit of rabbit tracks. However, I can't set up a pen set where it's viewable from the sky very easy. Birds of prey will tear it to shreds. But there's a lot of tracks in here, look, all over the place. Holy cow, though, there's a lot of tracks in here. No shortage. And the other issue and why this is not the best spot is there's a lot of vegetation around here because of all this redwood and stuff. I think it's called dogwood, actually. And alders and the birch, smaller birch trees all around this area. These rabbits got, they probably won't have much reason to come look for birch tips when they can already reach it here. But there's some state of press buttons in there, look. Everywhere in here. Area like this is where I would probably put just a few snares in a few runs. The pen set, I don't know if the pen set would do good here, so I'm going to abandon this spot. I don't feel like it's going to benefit me any because all these tips on all these trees, they can reach all this here. I mean, a lot of it's eaten, but there's still a lot left. So I feel like it probably might be a waste of time here. But I'll come back later on in the season and put out a few snares anyways. Alright, lots of rabbit tracks in here. Lots of rabbit tracks. See, this is a better spot here. Bigger trees. It's more shaded. And less likely to lose a rabbit then to a bird of prey. Rabbit button. Look at this. There's definitely no shortage of rabbit tracks in here. This would be a decent spot actually to put up a pen set. If you look down here, you can see someone was trapping in here probably a few years ago. It's after getting chewed to pieces by squirrels and torn apart there now, but there's the other part of the box right there. I'll take the other after. Probably right here. This looks like a decent little spot. I probably wouldn't even need to put some sticks across to fill in the gaps there. They're close enough, those trees. I'll just put one here, maybe one there, and fill that up with birch tips. Let's throw you guys up in the tree there and put on the time-lapse video, and then I'll show you guys when this one's done. What I like to do is take the birch tips and tear them and release some of the aroma from it. I don't know if it helps much at all, but it definitely doesn't hurt. Oh, I got this one here built. Let me show it to you right quick. So I got a gate on this side, and then I got nutting going all the way around until over here. I used a lot of old dead brush to block it off. And then we have a gate right there. Put a few things there. I'll finish it up there and clean it up there now in a second. We got a gate there. Another gate right there. When I set the snare, I'll make sure they're cleaned up a little better than that. And we have the gate right there. And then back there, we have all the birch tips. So they're going to want those birch tips back in that corner. So this should work pretty good here. The ground's completely frozen in here pretty hard, so it was hard to get the sticks down in it. And we don't have enough snow in here to drive it in the snow, so that's why I used a lot of this dead brush. But that'll work. I'll come in tomorrow probably and put up a few snares in there and see. Unfortunately, this GoPro doesn't seem to want to work. It's really cold out and it keeps shutting off. I think it might be an SD card problem. I don't know what's going on with it. But, I mean, GoPro's supposed to be top of the line for this stuff, but don't handle the cold Canadian winters very good. And I got the big foam muff over this thing too. It's supposed to help insulate it. And sun's actually going to be going down very soon, so I'm going to actually conclude this video. I'm probably going to go off into the woods, but it's getting a little too dark for the GoPro, and the GoPro's not liking the cold right now. It's dying on me real quick. But as you can see, it's pretty frosty out.